Alright guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be reviewing the Porsche Pccm Plus offered by Porsche Classic. We're going to talk about the good parts, the bad parts, what I like, what I don't like, and if you should buy this or not. So, let's go. Alright, first thing, we're in my 2001 986 Boxster. It had the original Becker radio in it when I bought it. And I put this Porsche Classic Communications Management unit in. First thing is the price on this. It was $1,400. And that pretty much comes with everything that you need to install it. But, like I said, there's other options out there. I've put one in another 2001 Boxster, and it was only about $250. And you get about the same functions, if not more. And obviously it's a lot cheaper. So first thing is it looks really good in the car because it's obviously built for the car. The biggest feature I think is when you put the key in and start it, you get this Porsche startup screen. So you don't get that on the aftermarket ones. It just makes it look really stock and really good with the car. You turn your key on, the Porsche logo turns on, and then it'll give you your little Pccm warning. Don't let it distract you when it's driving, that type of stuff. And then it looks just like a newer Cayman style interface almost from Porsche. So it's pretty simple. You got your media, you have Bluetooth, auxiliary down here. The Apple CarPlay, USB phone, and the regular USB. And you also have a little microchip that you can download music onto, stuff like that. You can also buy a card for the maps and put the GPS up there. I did not do that because I just run Google Maps off of Apple CarPlay. So I think that works a lot better. And then it's also cheaper if you don't include that option. But as you can see, it looks really good in the car. I'll grab this phone here. We'll plug in the Apple CarPlay so you guys can see how it looks. It looks really good in my opinion. Obviously, any double-din screen looks better than the stock Becker radio. It just updates it a little bit. But you can see right there. Let's see if I can turn this light on. It looks a lot better than the stock radio. I'll include pictures of what it looked like. But, just regular Apple CarPlay, stuff like that. All the buttons control down here. So it's touchscreen, or you can control with this button. And then this is your volume button. I will say it is pretty laggy on the volume for a $1,400 head unit. It is pretty slow. Not what you would expect from a $1,400 head unit. But the sound quality is great. It works really well. That'd be my only complaint in terms of the screen, is that it does lag sometimes. Not the fastest thing in the world, which is not a big deal, but for $1,400 you would think it'd be a lot faster. Also, it plugs in Apple CarPlay. You would think also for a $1,400 unit that you would have wireless CarPlay, but it's only wired, which kind of sucks, and it charges pretty slow. Obviously, it's not straight to the 12 volt, but I think it doesn't charge very fast, which is kind of annoying. But another positive to the screen is that you can match it with your interior lights. So the old orange from the early 2000s, like BMW, Porsche, it matches pretty well with everything else. You can also do amber white, but I just like the way it looks and matched up. But yeah, I think the positive of the screen is that, it looks really good. You get this nice, cool Porsche writing at the top, whereas with aftermarket ones you don't, or the clone, you don't. You get the startup screen with the Porsche logo, and then just, options like this. But other than that, it's really just a standard head unit. I'd say the only reason the price tag is so big is probably because it's a OEM Porsche part, and like anything else Porsche, it's ridiculously expensive. So I'd say if you're looking for something that just fits really good in the car, looks well, and you really want to go like OEM, 100% get this unit. It looks great. It functions really good. And it's OEM Porsche. If you're just looking for something to have Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth and also looks good, you don't care about the startup screen or the way the Porsche script is at the top or any of that, I would not buy this unit. $1,400 is a good amount of money, and in my opinion, this screen is not worth $1,400. Obviously, it adds value to the car being OEM Porsche, and it looks really good, but I don't think it's worth $1,400 in my opinion. That being said, though, I wouldn't go back and buy a different one. I really like this unit. Once you make the purchase, it's whatever, but for $1,400, there's a lot of things you could do to your car instead of buy this screen. And some of the cheaper ones even have more features on it. Like you can watch stuff on it, wireless CarPlay. I know my friend with a E46 BMW, his was like $170 and he has wireless CarPlay. And mine was $1,400 and I don't. So that's definitely a complaint, but everything else is great on this. You got all your sound functions. This part moves really fast, but like I said, the volume is pretty laggy, as you can see that right there. So it is pretty laggy. For instance, on Apple CarPlay, right now it seems to be moving okay, but you see that right there, kind of laggy, which is fine. But if you accidentally hit it too much, it gets really loud really fast. So that's kind of a pain, but all the lights work and stuff, so that's really cool. Like I said, you don't have to cut anything, which is big for me because I don't mind cutting it. I've done it on another one, but if I ever wanted to put the stock Becker radio back in, you don't have to undo anything. So yeah, the only issue I had with install was that I had to switch it from CAN to amp. I had no sound coming through the speakers, and I had to do that, and then I had to do the wire in the front. I think it was wire number 17 or pin number 17, something like that. But once you got that figured out, it sounds great. The Bluetooth works really well. Like I said, I just like to use the maps. I don't think this one's hooked up on this phone. Oh, it is. Yeah, like I said, you can do maps on the actual screen. I did not use that option. And personally, if you're going to have your phone plugged in, I wouldn't go with that option, just because you already have it on your phone and then you have to pay extra, wire the GPS up. The mic for the unit, I put right here above the steering wheel. I've seen some people put it over here in the stock spot. They jam it in there, but I wanted mine to be pretty clear with the volume so it could hear me, and it works pretty good. Apple CarPlay, it's a little especially if you're videoing something, but otherwise Siri can hear me great. Yeah, overall great unit. Little high on the price for the quality, but that's what you get when you pay for Porsche parts. And yeah, I think it's a great addition to your Porsche 996, 986, either one. The daily driving is just so much better. It looks cleaner. It works way better than the stock radio. And I'd say it just updates the interior so well. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Comment down below. Hopefully this helped you guys out. And hopefully we can start making more videos like this.